good, Relentless Gang? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left. You dig? Yes, Thursday. So we got video on. It said, YFN Lucci breaks his silence on how Young Thug actually tried to take him out, bro. Kill him. In his career. Send him to the pearly gates or wherever he's going, you know. So we're gonna check this out, man. This should be very interesting, man. Let's get it.
Maybe they want me to just figure it out and just go through it, you know. So you like actually learning and like respect it. Or maybe it's just like we in the same league. I can't tell you this.
What's going on, Rizzle fam? You gotta be living under a rock if you haven't heard about all this yet. I mean, Young Thug and Gunna, two of the hottest names in the game for a while, are locked up. Not only that, but they're probably not about to get bail either. Not only that, but there's some other news about Young Thug that's a little bit troubling. See, he got caught up with a number of other charges.
I heard that they wasn't gonna get bail. They say that they say these guys is flight risk, man. I guess for their previous run-ins with the law, maybe, but they're not getting bond. It's flight risk, I guess.
There's even speculation that he tried to get YFN Lucci whacked in jail. The charges that are being leveled against Young Thug basically say that he's involved with YSL, a rival gang to YFN. Both of the gangs come from earlier blood gangs in Atlanta. The whole thing was kicked off as a result of the passing away of a rapper named Big Nut, essentially a mentor to YFN Lucci. Ever since that happened, the two sides have been trading disses, unfortunately, live back and forth. Surprisingly enough, the news about Young Thug and Gunna actually comes out almost exactly a year after YFN Lucci was arrested on RICO charges. They claimed he was essentially a kingpin for the YFN gang and was responsible indirectly for loads of gang activity, acting as a leader. His trial date was actually set for this month, although there hasn't been much news on any possible delays. Given that
That's crazy. Well, wait a minute. This video came out when? May the 20th. Day the 22nd. So, all right. So his trial date was scheduled for this month. He go on trial the same time. Same month they took down the YSL game. That's ironic.
the timeline and everything, fans have definitely been speculating. Of course, it could just be a weird coincidence. Things are definitely lining up. A lot of people
That's what I'm saying.
YFN Lucci of working with the feds, but at the same time, YFN Lucci was under investigation for a good 6 months before they got him. There's also the potential that the feds were working with the Atlanta Police Department. They've been working on the investigation for a while. It could only make sense that they could have cracked it without Lucci's help. It's also not like Young Thug doesn't have anything to keep his gang affiliation a secret. You could easily argue that he got out of that life when he got famous, but it doesn't really work like that. This is kind of the model for gangs now. It has been for a long time. One of your members becomes a huge rapper and then makes a bunch of money for the hood. Maybe some of their closest friends would come up with them. Everybody else stays in the streets. It's also really hard to make that case when Young Thug has been hit with multiple possession charges since 2017. Luckily for him, at one point, the police raided his house and found a whole bunch of stuff he could have caught felonies for, but they didn't have a warrant. As a result, that case was thrown out. It didn't stop him though. In 2018, police picked him up again for possession with intent to distribute. They're also hitting him with some additional charges that are going to add some serious time to his sentence.
By the time they finish with Young Thug, bro, he ain't gonna never see daylight again. Unless it's through that little narrow script window in his jail cell, bro. Like, they about to have him, though. They about to do him dirty, bro. They about to do him real dirty.
Maximum sentence they could hit him with for the RICO charges is 25 years. Bro was looking at some felonies. After the initial indictment, which was already 88 pages and 56 counts, they decided they were going to go raid his house. This time,
What? Hold up, 88? What?
charges is 25 years. Bro was looking at some felonies. After the initial indictment, which was already 88 pages and 56 counts,
Indictment. 88 pages, bro. 56 count.
they
Damn.
decided they were going to go raid his house. This time, they made sure they had a warrant. What they found in Young Thug's house is, to say the least, not great for it. Not only did they find a ton of different substances with the intent to distribute, but they also found plenty of weapons. Not just like normal weapons either.
So why would you want to keep all that where you lay your head at, bro? I can understand to protect yourself, but you don't need multiple guns. and drugs, bro. Like where your main home, you got all this money. Why would you want to keep all that in your main residential place for your kids? Oh my God, bro.
This dude had the Call of Duty loadout chilling in his house. Like, this is for real the worst case scenario for Thug. DA for Fulton County isn't about to take it easy on Thug either. She has a personal vendetta against gang violence in her city. In a press conference, she made sure everyone knew she meant business about this, saying, "It does not matter what your notoriety is or fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, you commit crimes, we're going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. We'll ask on the different charges for maximum penalties." There's obviously many people that are looking at life under this indictment. These are serious crimes. They're serious allegations. It's in my opinion that violence in our community deserves maximum penalties. 20 to 25 years for the...
Oh my God. She said all that. This nigga gone. This nigga, bye-bye, young Thugger. Nice knowing you, friend, but she's, oh my God, bro. You good as gold.
RICO charges and this new list of felonies. There's a very big chance the young Thug could be looking at life after this. For whatever reason, Thug's attorneys have been adamant that he's going to manage to get bailed out on this. But I really don't think that's in the cards. But while Thug is about to get hit with the whole book, Gunna may actually have a chance to make it out of this thing. Gunna doesn't actually have any additional charges. He's being faced with a single charge of conspiracy to violate Georgia's RICO Act. That means that he could make it out of this thing okay, or at least better than the Tony. The charge he's indicted under carries a sentence from anywhere from 5 to 20 years. When the indictments initially came out and everyone heard Young Thug was in jail, Gunna was still a free man. Since then, he's been arrested. Tons of celebrities have come out to voice their support of Young.
Yeah, I think Gunna had turned himself in, from what I understood. I think when they came and pick up Slim and Thug, that Gunna was somewhere. I think they got back and turned himself in, so that was a smart move by him.
Thug where they can. Metro Boomin tweeted about the whole thing recently. He seemed convinced that the whole thing is a conspiracy to take down powerful black men. While there might be some of that going on, we'll just have to see how this evidence is looking. Here's what Metro had to say. YSL is not a gang, and never has been a gang. YSL is a registered LLC and has provided countless jobs and opportunities for underprivileged black people, and really just all people. But that's how big Thug Heart is. He also said, "I've seen firsthand thousands of black people and their families' lives change for the better over the past 10 years. Now they are trying to cut off the head of the snake because they see how much bigger it gets every year." He goes on to say they get terrified every time an iconic black leader emerges with so much influence, respect, power, and appeal. So they throw some bullshit charges together to lock him up and slow the movement down. Look at American history. It's been a pattern for 100+ years. I'm not going to comment too much on this because it's not my place.
Yeah, it's not my place neither, but I'm gonna comment on it a little bit. Metro Boomin right though. Like I ain't never looked at it like that, but it made me think back to when who was Thugger and somebody had went and bailed out like 10 black guys, 10 inmates for Fulton County Jail, I think. It was like 10 of them or 15 of them. I think it was him and Gunna. It was him and somebody. And then just to see them guys come out and hug their family, you know, they had no bond money. I don't know if I guess they was needing bond money. So they ain't have it. So Thugger went and put that bond money up for a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? So that was really dope. That was good community service right there.
I do have to say, though, that RICO charges are kind of complicated. It's hard to prove that anyone's calling the shots unless you have direct evidence of that. And there are already charges to take care of that kind of thing. Fans on Twitter have a lot to say, too. One fan said, Young Thug and Lucci probably had the most silent beef in rap history. Another fan, like many others, expressed how upset they were about Thug in prison. They said, y'all used my tax dollars to arrest Young Thug? Somebody else weighed in on how wild some of the indictments are. They said, Young Thug is accused of ordering a second attempt to kill YFN Lucci while he's in jail. Authorities wiretapped Thug's phone and have evidence of him hiring an inmate to kill Lucci while in custody. You recall Lucci was stabbed while in the jail cell 3 weeks ago by Thug homies. YFN Lucci has been in prison for over a year now. Since it took Lucci this long to get a real trial, we probably won't hear anything new about Thug for a while. During that time in prison, Lucci claims that Young Thug put a hit out on him. Michael Seaton, a reporter who hails from Atlanta, recently had to say this about it. Prosecutors allege that 2 associates of YSL, Christian Eppinger and Antonio Sumlin, worked to get the permission of Young Thug to make a second attempt at YFN Lucci while he's jailed in Fulton County. Things gotten to the point where Lucci's claiming that he has a price on his head. people who have beef with him will do anything to secure that bag. Because of that, he's doing his best to get the judge to grant him bail, although it doesn't really seem like that's working out. Lucci already got out once, but he hit a strip club and a recording studio. That, the judge threw him back in the slammer. Lucci claims that on February 9th of 2022, some random dude popped up behind him and got him in the back with a homemade shank while he was on a video call. That's just Lucci's story. According to official reports, both of the people in the altercation were armed. Cops intervened with tasers to try to shut the whole thing down, but apparently neither Lucci nor his attackers were phased. Lucci made it out of the scrape alive, but with a wound to his head. He also managed to avoid charges, while the other dude ended up with some pretty serious time thrown on his sentence. Now,
damn, they said to his head. The dude tried to stab him in the head.
That's just Lucci's story. We're about to shut the whole thing down, but apparently neither Lucci nor his attackers were phased. Lucci made it out of the scrape alive, but with a wound to his head. He also managed to avoid charges, while the other dude ended up with some pretty serious time thrown on his sentence. Now, not only does Young Thug have to have ordered a hit on Lucci once, but twice. See, this isn't the first time someone almost got Lucci. Back in 2019, somebody targeted Lucci's car. For whatever reason, somebody pulled up on his red Mercedes and absolutely unloaded on him. Miraculously, the driver got hit only in the shoulder. Lucci was completely unharmed. The hit was probably targeted at Lucci, but to make things even darker, the car was registered to his mother. Young Thug's now facing RICO charges and multiple felonies. Now, it's being argued that he approved a jail hit on YFN Lucci. Honestly, there's really no way to argue that Thug is looking at anything other than life. Because somehow the case could get thrown out, but that's...
I think so too, man. I think if they hit him with all that stuff, bro, he's gonna have to be like, it's gonna have to be like, bro, look, what else? That's a lot, 88 pages. Yeah. And you heard what the lady was just saying. She said she gonna get that nigga the book. Book.
Very unlikely. All we can really hope for is that Gunna gets a reasonable sentence. What y'all think, though? The long history of beef and Young Thug and Lucci have? Did Thug order the hit? What about the one from back in 2019? Let us know what you think down below in the comments. And don't forget to keep it real. Plus, we got another story lined up if you're digging this one. Check this one out next.
He said, don't forget to keep it real. Pretty dope, man. Man, got some pretty good videos.
They won't.
What's his name here? What's the channel name? Rizzo. Subscribe to you, bro. Pretty dope, Rizzo. I like that. That's some good ass content, my G. But you guys, man, I'm out of here. I'm getting kind of tight. I think I'm gonna drop one more video for you guys, then I'm out of here, bro.